really something you're proud of to have like at the hand of your school for other staff to see?
I want to do everything I can because this is my job, this is my home now, and I want to make it the best it can be.
Fans, it's time for senior night. Let's get ready to honor our football players and cheerleaders. Reminder that at halftime, we will honor the band and dance seniors. Introducing the football seniors. Number 5, Devin Jimenez, accompanied by Amber Jimenez. Devin plans to attend college and major in accounting. Number 6, Ethan Fowler, accompanied by Melissa Bercheski, Bill Bercheski, and Jason Fowler. Ethan plans to attend Purdue University. Number 9, Donovan Snyder, accompanied by his parents, Carrie and Angel Snyder. Donovan plans to attend college. Number 14, Jarvis Delk, accompanied by Tanya Delk. Jarvis plans to attend college and run track. Number 15, Chandler Sanders, accompanied by his parents, Heather and Michael Sanders. Chandler plans to become a veterinarian. Number 17, Brandon Pearson, and number 22, Tyler Pearson, accompanied by their family, David, Jennifer, and Leah Pearson. Both plan to attend trade schools. Number 18, Drew Tetzlaff, accompanied by his parents, Dane and Danielle Tetzlaff. Drew plans to attend Indiana University and study sports medicine. Number 21, Jonathan Miles Thomas Jr., accompanied by his parents, Jennifer and Jonathan Thomas. JT plans to attend college to play football, wrestle, and study business management. Number 28, Nick Davis, accompanied by Barbara Davis and the late Todd Davis. Nick plans to attend Ball State University and study business. Number 32, Derek Dawson, accompanied by his parents, Jessica and Gregory Dawson. Derek plans to attend Lincoln Trail. Number 44, Joseph Willis III, accompanied by Joe Willis II and Christy Willis. Joseph plans to attend college and play football. Number 55, Wyatt Sellers, accompanied by Regiana Reisner and Greg Reisner. And Reese Sellers. Wyatt plans to attend Ball State University and study business. Number 58, Austin Mangrum, accompanied by Angela Seiler. Austin plans to attend college. Number 68, Daniel Morrow, accompanied by Connie and Dan Morrow. Daniel plans to attend college. Number 74, Ethan Sargent, accompanied by Ryan and Joanne Sargent. Ethan plans to attend college and pursue a career in illustration. Number 79, Israel Tinoco, accompanied by Maria Sanchez and Louis Tinoco. Israel plans to attend college and become a firefighter. Number 80, Ryan Watt, accompanied by his parents, Tammy and Dave Watt. Ryan plans to attend Western Michigan University and play baseball. Number 82, Caleb Wilson, accompanied by Mateo Myers and Tony Wilson, Chad Myers and Courtney Wilson. Caleb plans to attend Indiana University and study business. Number 85, Tyler Rux, accompanied by Jen Thompson, John Thompson, and Kayla Rux. Tyler plans to attend college and play football. Number 99, John Welsh, accompanied by John Welsh and Samantha Shields. John plans to go to college. And now for the Mishawaka cheerleaders. Lauren Selesky, accompanied by her parents, Dawn and Scott Selesky. Lauren plans to attend cosmetology school. Lauren Elizabeth Hallert, accompanied by Tammy and Joe Mann and Jack and Amy Hallert. Lauren plans to attend Ball State University and major in nursing with a specialty in pediatrics. Sonia Luna, accompanied by Amanda and Leroy. Sonia plans to attend Indiana State University and study animal sciences. Olivia Ann Cockey, accompanied by her parents Nathan and Jennifer Cockey, also Kathy Ryan. Olivia plans to serve in the United States Air Force and study health and psychology. Kaya Reyes, accompanied by her family, Dave, Megan, Zach, and Caleb Reyes. Kaya plans to attend Bethel University and major in nursing. Kaylee Johnson, accompanied by Jeff Johnson. Carrie Lingelfelter and Mark Lingelfelter. Kaylee plans to attend IUPUI and study art education. Brianna Rauschelang, representing Bree is her mother Melissa Wallace, boyfriend Alex, her father Dave Rauschelang, and stepmother Nicole. Brianna was a cheerleader in 2017 and a football manager last year for the regional championship football team. She had planned on being a cheerleader again this year. Tonight we honor Bree for her loving spirit and for being a big part of Mishawaka High School. Gabrielle Hanley, accompanied by her parents Derek and Michelle Deerdorf. Gabrielle plans on attending Ivy Tech and enter the dental program. Jocelyn Bryce, accompanied by her parents April and William Bryce. Jocelyn plans to attend Notre Dame and study music and pre-med. Ashley Jojo, accompanied by her parents Lisa and Tony Jojo. Ashley plans to attend college and major in nursing. Thanks to all these senior athletes. Let's give them a big round of applause for all their contributions to Mishawaka Athletics.
What is taking place tonight? I mean, I grew up around here, and Penn, Mishawaka has always been, week 9, and it's a huge rivalry, and I've always been on the outside looking in to this rivalry. But this is one that gets your juices flowing, and it usually has conference implications, as it does tonight. It's going to be strange. We kind of talked about this on Budweiser Weekday Sports Meet, but not only is it going to be strange not to have backyard brawl anymore, but it's going to be super strange that Mishawaka's not going to be in the NIT. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, next year, Mishawaka will play Marion to open the season, which again will be different based on they just played Marion last week. Just you get used to the cycle of the season, and they'll play the new Elkhart school the week after that when the Elkhart schools combine. So that'll be different. And as for Penn, they're going to be playing Valparaiso as they've been playing for the last several years to open the season, and then LaPorte in week 2. And everybody can point fingers if they want, but there are contracts that were made, and people don't want to break contracts. They're honoring their contracts. Those contracts will run for at least the next 4 years. 2024 would be the next possible time so far that they might be able to play. So we've got a ways to go before it might happen. As for this game, it is senior night. The seniors from Mishawaka were just recognized down on the track. The Cavemen, 6-2 overall, 3-1 in the NIC North. They're coming off a 15-6 win over Marion last week. The 15 points scored against the Knights are the most they have allowed, and the 6 points the Knights scored,
This
the
game,
fewest.
this Mishawaka memory has been brought to you by Celebration Palace and Mishawaka. Fans, don't forget to support the football team by purchasing a 50-50 raffle ticket. The drawing will be at the end of halftime, so get them early. Fans in Alumni Plaza, there is a wide variety of merchandise for sale by various vendors. Check it out and get all your caveman gear for this upcoming season. If you can't get your gear today, no worries. Mishawaka has an online store. Take a peek in this week's program for details to get your Under Armour gear, the official gear of Caveman Sports.
The resources that this business has, the people, the community involvement, the energy that our people and our cause brings to me has certainly changed my life and focused my priorities on what's important. And having a strong faith, caring about other people, that's what sports packaging is really about.
Any building is only as strong as its foundation. How strong is your home business or church? This is Sharon with Forte Waterproofing. Our certified foundation experts can spot problems before they cause costly damage. At Forte Waterproofing, we fix sinking and cracked foundations and low basement walls. We have a patented permanent waterproofing system and can seal your crawl space against moisture and pests. You'll receive a lifetime transferable warranty. Your foundation affects everything. Call 259-4040 for your foundation inspection today. Fix it with Forte. Fix it for good.
At Bethel University, we're more than an academic institution. Students come to Bethel to be equipped for success in over 50 fields of study. Everyone at Bethel cares deeply about helping you prepare for what you were meant to do. Because we all believe you're meant to do incredible things for God's kingdom. At Bethel University, we see you, we know you, and we'll connect your passion with a pathway to impact the world for Christ. Be true, be blue, be you. At Bethel University.
No matter what you do, when I get back on
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the Marching Cavemen. Our band seniors are the only members with plumes on their hats tonight. Our dance team is led by Bailey Hines and Lexi Hunter. Our drum majors are Dalton Dodson, Clarice Alexander, and Trey Neely. Please join us in welcoming the Penn Kingsmen. Now get on your feet for the Mishawaka fight song. We'll see you at halftime as we honor our band and dance seniors. Senior escorts who will go to the north end zone when the band goes down to the track at the end of the second quarter. Our boosters will line you up.
And they were ready to play. I could hear them chirping in the background on our first offensive drive, like, you know, trying to move around, trying to stay fresh because it was cold and rainy. And when they got out there, you could see that they were kind of unleashed. Marion found some things in the second half, particularly with some counter stuff that gave us some fits, but we came up with a big stop in the fourth quarter.
Now, of course, it is on to Penn, and as I mentioned, this is senior night and is also Penn, so you've got a big rival, and then you throw in the fact that this is going to be the last time this game is played in this series for at least 4 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. So let's just start with, as someone who's been here at Mishawaka for a while and been a part of this rivalry, just sort of what this rivalry means to you.
Well, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of. My first year staff in 2009, junior high coach, and after the junior high season ended, I came up and just helped out wherever I could. So I was on the field in that game in 2009. I did not contribute much at all, but I was on the field. It was an incredible experience. And the field in the sectional championship that game, or that year, excuse me, and then was not here in 2010 and 2011, and then back in 2012. So really, aside from last year, my only experience in having beaten Penn was in that 2009 year, where I didn't feel like I had offered very much. So it's been a lot of fun. Last year's game was an incredibly fun game to think about after the fact. It was not a fun game to be a part of at the time, just because of how crazy the game was. Just incredible and crazy, and so many strange things that you wouldn't think happened. And I think that's the thing that I've kind of learned about this. When you think you got them, you really don't. I can remember it, I think 2015 here, we went up 14-0, and before you knew it, we were down 28-21. So it doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter what the score is. They are incredibly hard to beat. It's just one of those things. Beating them is the most challenging thing there is in high school football that I've experienced, because of how disciplined they are, how hard they always play, and they're patient. They just wait for you to make a mistake, and when you do, they capitalize on it instantly.
We were talking earlier this week, Ron Paulus, the quarterback, injured earlier this season, and as great as he is, their offense looks different now because of the fact that they kind of run, I guess, what's a little bit more traditional Penn offense, with the quarterback running and doing some of those things. So what stands out to you when you watch their offense?
Well, you know, Paul he's a great thrower, a great player. He's probably going to have a great college career. He is not very mobile, and so it kind of limits them offensively in the running game. And in high school, you got to stop the run. If you stop the run on defense, you got a chance to win some games. With this, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Favila or Fabula, I don't know, but however you say his name, he's pretty dang good running the football. He runs right at you downhill. He's hard to tackle. He's fast. Number 30 in the backfield is the same. You know, they're shifty. But they run really hard and right at you. They're not like Brownlee, and they're not like the kid from Marion last week, who kind of like to be patient and dance and then hit when they see something. Right. These guys create running lanes with how fast and how hard they hit it.
Offensively, what's the key for you on that side of the ball?
Well, we got to be good in the red zone if we're fortunate enough to get it in there. I think that we can get 3-4 yards of play. It's going to be, do we not have penalties? You know, first down penalties are killer, and we had 3 of them on Friday night. And then, you know, the ball being on the ground, you know, turnovers. Last year was an anomaly. You don't turn the ball over multiple times and play poorly in special teams and beat Penn. It just doesn't happen that way. So we got to do those things well to have a shot in the fourth quarter.
Last question for you. Now, again, this rivalry is going to take a break of at least 4 years, and I know that what happens in the future is out of your hands. Are you hopeful that it's going to pick up at some point down the road?
Yeah, I would think that it's probably a certainty that Mishawaka and Penn will play probably within the next 5 to 10 years. I don't know exactly
when or how that's going to happen. And to be honest with you, that's the least thing, the least concern thing that I have right now. But I love playing Penn because it always tells you where you are. They always expose your weaknesses because they're going to take advantage of things that they've seen on film. So, it's been a lot of fun playing them in Week 9. That will never happen again. Yeah. Hopefully we can do something where we play them in one of those bye weeks or, those open non-conference dates, either Week 1 or 2 in the future. But, yeah, it's going to happen again. I just don't know when.
All right.
Keith Kinder, thanks as always. Good luck. You've got a bye, of course, next week in sectionals. Everybody gets a much-needed break, so we will see you soon, though. All right, sounds good. Thank you. You're listening to Mishawaka Caveman Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. In 30 seconds, I'd like to give you 40 reasons why Leckleitner Door is the industry leader when it comes to garage door service and installation. But I can't talk that fast. What I can say is thank you to the thousands of customers who have trusted Leckleitner Door for the garage door repair and replacement needs for 40 years. For service on residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural doors, give us a call at 295-6311. At Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors.
Back at Steel Stadium as we get set for Mishawaka and Penn, the final backyard brawl with these two teams, members of the Northern Indiana Conference. Let's give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. They are presented by Bonnie Doon Drive-In. First, the offense for Mishawaka, the quarterback, a sophomore, Justin Fisher. The halfbacks, senior Ethan Fowler and senior Donovan Snyder. Another senior, Jarvis Delk at split end, joined by another senior at split end, Caleb Wilson. Junior Drew Mason is the fullback. A little bit different looking offensive line tonight. At right tackle is Tyler Ackerley, a 6-foot junior. At right guard is a junior, Jaden Seamack. At left tackle, senior Wyatt Sellers. The center is another senior, Ethan Sargent. And the left guard is a junior, Ethan Nowacki. A couple other seniors on the offense, Drew Tetzlaff, Brandon Pearson, Brian Watt, who has not been able to play this year due to a knee injury, was dressed and went through senior night tonight. Good to see him out there, even though we haven't seen him on the field all year. The defense for Mishawaka, the corners are junior Devon Parker and senior Devin Jimenez, senior Donovan Snyder, junior at Rover, Connor Addison. At will linebacker, all the linebackers are seniors, J.T. Thomas, the Jack linebacker Nick Davis, and the Mike linebacker Derek Dawson. Bo Brown, sophomore at defensive end, junior Gavin Eggendorfer at defensive tackle, senior Austin Mangrum at defensive tackle, and defensive end T.J. Rux as well. They are at midfield for the coin toss. And let's see, Mishawaka has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. And Brandon Pearson also, of course, is one of the reserves defensively. Pretty much all the seniors who are on the defensive side of the ball are starters. And again, your starting lineups brought to you by Bonnie Doon Drive-In. Hurry up and get there. They're going to be closing soon for the season. They're on Lincoln Way, just east of Ironwood in Mishawaka. Bonnie Doon celebrating 81 years serving Michiana with dine-in, carry-out, and old-fashioned car hop service. Your uniform descriptions brought to you by Kevin Drager of BSN Sports. Mishawaka wearing their home maroon uniforms, white numbers with white pants as well. The maroon helmet with the white numbers on the side and the white stripe down the middle. Penn wearing road white uniforms, black numbers, gold trim, gold pants, gold helmets, and the script Penn in black on the sides. your uniform description from Kevin Drager at BSN Sports. Give him a call at 229-7999. Well, we're just about ready for some football, Vince.
I'm pumped, man. It's hard to get the juice flowing when you're not part of the coaching staff or you're not playing or whatever, but if your juices aren't flowing to watch this game and to be a part of what is about to take place here, then you need to get your pulse checked and you need to get your health checked out, because this is going to be one heck of a ball game, and no one's going to go down easy tonight.
We are just seconds away from kickoff of the last backyard brawl, the rivalry game between Mishawaka and Penn to close out the regular season. It's going to be the Cavemen and Connor George kicking off. They'll move from right to left. Let's see. Can you see who our deep men are going to be as they go back there, Vince?
No, not yet. I believe it's 7 and 4.
Nick Hardick and Alec Hardick are the two deep men for the Kingsmen. Connor George to kick it off for Mishawaka. And we are underway, the final backyard brawl on 96.1 WSBT. Hardick takes it. He cuts across the grain to the right side, angling toward the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Tyler Pearson. Going to be good field position, though, for Penn as Hardick takes it all the way up to the 43. They even give him the 44, the 43-yard line, it looks like.
That's a good return by Hardick, too, because he was very patient, letting his block set up in front of him, and then found an alley on the right side and just did a good job of getting around the first wave of defenders. And it's a good thing that Pearson was there, because if he wasn't, Hardick might have taken it the distance.
Carson Mawa is out wide to the left. Tegan Bothan in the slot to the left side. And in the backfield, the running back is met right away. It'll be a tackle for loss of a yard. It looked like Joe Willis was one of the first to get in there for the Mishawaka Cavemen. It will be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second 11. Penn averaging 278 rushing yards per game, just 81 passing yards. Their offense a little over 24 points per game. The quarterback is Nick Favola with a running back to his left. He'll fake the handoff. Favola rolls to the left with some running room. Cuts it upfield. He crosses the 50 as he skips across and takes it all the way up to the Mishawaka 42-yard line.
That was a great job by Favola, because he was looking for his tight end on an out route. It was a misdirection boot pass, and the defense picked up the tight end, but nobody picked up the quarterback, so he had a free run lane, and he is not afraid to run the ball. He's done a good job of that so far this year.
Kyle Riffle in the backfield, and now it's 1st and 10, Penn at the Mishawaka 44 with Riffle behind the quarterback. He will take the handoff and pick his way to the left across the 40-yard line to the 39.
A good gang tackle there by Mishawaka, only allowing about a yard and a half on that. Just squeeze down and close down that lane. One thing Penn has struggled with this season is running between the tackles, but what they've been successful with is getting outside and making things happen, and a lot of that has to do with their quarterback.
Tight end to the left of the formation. Casey Schultz over there. 2nd down and 8, Penn. Looking to the left is Favola under pressure. Eggendorfer tracks him down and sacks him in the backfield.
Yeah, what a nice job by Eggendorfer, too, coming around the backside on the of the quarterback, and he felt the pressure, but not soon enough, and Eggendorfer was able to track him down.
He thought he had a good pocket because it was fairly clean up the middle, but Eggendorfer got free on the right side of Mishawaka's defensive line, and Gavin Eggendorfer, the junior, gets his first sack of the season.
Well, and Penn, the way they're built offensively since Paulus went down, they're not built for 3rd and 15, so let's see where they go here.
Favola from the shotgun, and it is 3rd down and 15. He'll fake the handoff under pressure by Rush, and it's going to be intercepted. Mishawaka with the football right over the middle. Devon Parker picks it off, and the Cavemen have the ball for the first time.
Yeah, that ball was forced up the middle, trying to pick up that first down. It was intercepted on the 32-yard line. And it looks like they're going to give him about the 44, so a 12-yard return on that interception, but a great job. That was forced into double coverage, and a great job by Parker to pick that off.
Just sitting right back there in the middle of the field
Barker intercepted it, and as you said, and kind of pointing out statistically, Penn is not really built for those third and long type situations, averaging just 81 passing yards per game, which granted is more than Mishawaka, but the offense runs a little differently.
Well, I was talking to Justin Fisher's dad before the game, and I said, Penn doesn't run the ball, or doesn't pass the ball very much. They like to run. He goes, yeah, so do we. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Right up the middle, Andrew Mason across the 50-yard line, across the 45-yard line, excuse me. I was looking 1 yard marker too far, and he will take it up to the 42, a gain of 3 on first down. It is Mason as the fullback behind the quarterback, Justin Fisher, Donovan Snyder, and Ethan Fowler started off. Yep, then there is Fowler on the wings. Receiver on either side. Fowler goes in motion from left to right. Fisher with a keeper picks up just a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Well, and Fisher had a hole on that follow play, but he slipped on the turf there, kind of at midfield on the big maroon M, and went down. But there was definitely a hole, so they'll be coming back to that play. You can guarantee that.
Football right between the 49 and the 48-yard line on that block, maroon M, in the middle of the field. Mason in the backfield, left wing Snyder, right wing Fowler, Delk, and Wilson are the split ends. A pitch play goes to Donovan Snyder to the right, looking upfield, loses a tackler, angles for the sideline, and pushed out of bounds inside the 45 of Penn. It's a first down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Yeah, they're giving him the spot right at the sticks, and I don't know if you saw this or not, Sean, but he stuck the ball out right as he was going to go out of bounds to pick up that extra half yard or so. Ends up being a first down by about 1.5 feet.
Now Delk and Wilson will line up the receivers both on the right side. Delk will be the flanker, Wilson in the slot. 1st and 10, Mishawaka at the Penn 46. Fowler in motion. The keeper by Fisher. Fisher bounces off the initial contact, leans forward with his back to the defense, up to the 44-yard line. He picks up just a tough yard.
Yeah, he gets that 1 yard and got tackled, kind of led with his back on that one because he saw that he was running into the teeth of that Penn defense. And a good job by Penn to swarm around the football there.
It'll be 2nd and 9, Cavemen. 8 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. As the sun continues to set, it'll be dark before long. The lights on at Steel Stadium. Full grandstand on the home side of the stadium. Mason remains the fullback. Fowler goes in motion from the right wing. Fisher will keep it and follow the fullback to the left. Picks up just another yard. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Another 1 yard gain, and we said that Penn wasn't built for 3rd and 15. Mishawaka's not really built for 3rd and 8. So we'll see where they go here. They've had a little bit of success going outside, so let's see if they head that direction again.
I was thinking something today, and I don't know that we're going to see it here. We haven't really seen the trick plays for Mishawaka.
The hook and ladder. It's famous.
Any of that kind of stuff. We haven't seen much of that this year, so I'm kind of curious to see if that pops itself up at some point. Donovan Snyder goes in motion. Toss play right. He's going to be spun down in the backfield off the end. He is caught by Joe Apata, and it's going to be 4th and long, Cavemen, and they send the punt team on the field.
Yeah, he's actually going to lose, 2 yards on that play. They tried to go to the outside, and they actually had an outside lane there, and Apata was able just to get that one mitt on the back of that number 9 jersey of Snyder and pull him down. So Mishawaka forced a punt here on their first possession.
Ty Zahner, the deep man for Penn, as Connor George sets up to punt at his own 41-yard line. George awaits the snap, a little bit high, takes it easily, just gets it away under some pressure. That might have been deflected as well as it bounces inside the 30-yard line and rolls out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 21. He got some pressure right up the middle, and you weren't there, obviously, last week at Marion, Vince, but Keith Kinder and I talking in the pregame show, he was punting from deep in his own end zone in that rain at one point, and a really high snap under some pressure, still managed to get the punt away. It turned out to be pretty pivotal.
I just tell you what, when you can field
in not so great field position at the 21-yard line. That's all you want your punter to do. Of course, you want him to pin him deep, but the 21 isn't bad. That actually ends up being a 34-yard field goal. Punt.
Penn lines up in the pistol. Riffle will take the handoff as he tries the left side. He gets swarmed by maroon jerseys. Donovan Snyder, T.J. Rux, a couple of the first cavemen over there. Pickup of 2 yards makes it 2nd and 8. We have 5 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Penn with a football for the second time. Riffle again in the pistol behind the quarterback, takes the toss to the left side, gets an opening, and takes defenders with him forward. J.T. Thomas ends up making the tackle, but not before Riffle picks up a first down for the Kingsmen.
It looked like there could have been a block in the back there on the corner as Penn took the corner, but it's not called, so it's a first down for Penn on the 33-yard line.
Yep, just across the 33 where it's 1st and 10 for the Kingsmen. Muma comes out wide to the right side. Another receiver, Fox, out to the left. This time it'll be the quarterback, Fabula, keeping it and going to the left. Fabula will be tackled by Parker, but good pickup on first down of 6 yards.
Yeah, and it was obviously a straight quarterback keep with a lead blocker with your running back, and pick up 6 yards on first down opens the playbook wide open when you've got 2nd and 4.
Second down for Penn from its own 40-yard line. Toss play comes to the right side and upended. Riffle, tackled by Brown and Thomas. Just got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and a long 3.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Mishawaka to string that out a little bit. You know, like I said, Penn wants to make their living on the outside, running the ball, and Mishawaka did a great job there.
Riffle in the backfield, Fabolo right in front of him from the pistol formation. 2 receivers out to the left. Riffle's going to keep it and go to the left. Keps upfield, has first down yardage and more, still breaking tackles. Takes it into Mishawaka territory up to the 42.
Yeah, they definitely found something they like there. They were able to seal the left side. They've had more success going to the left side than they have going to the right. Look for them to exploit that matchup a little bit more.
1st and 10, Penn. He takes it all the way up to the 42-yard line. No score here in the first quarter. Penn with the football for the second time. Mishawaka's had it once. Devon Parker with an interception to end Penn's first possession earlier. 3:45 to play in the first as the Kingsmen take their time looking for the play call from the far sideline. Ball on the left hash mark from the pistol. Fabula pitches off to Riffle. Riffle bounces off the initial contact. Now he's going to cut back across the game, coming to the right, angling toward the sideline. One man behind him. He is going to be tackled by the shoestrings by Milan Burris. He saved a touchdown, did Burris. He ran into a bunch on the far side of the field, cut back, and had a lot of open green, and Burris was finally able to track him down at the 16.
And that was a nice little cutback there by Penn, and I don't know if you noticed, but the lead blocker on that coming around the other side, Fabula to get up front with Fabula, and if it wasn't for that shoestring tackle, Fabula would have had the block that would have sprung him for a touchdown.
So 1st and 10, Penn at the Mishawaka 16-yard line. And some jumping in the middle of the line.
I think it's going to be on Mishawaka. They went for the hard count there, and Penn's going to pick up 5 easy yards.
Yep, they will mark it off. First penalty of the game.
1st and 5.
Not what you like to see when the opposition gets into the red zone to giving them a free 5 yards.
Muma and Bothan split out to the left side. Ball on the right hash mark. The quarterback, Fabula, keeps it himself, finds a seam, cuts it up to the 5-yard line where it looks like he has first down yardage. He is wrapped up in the middle, but Penn's going to have first and goal after a pickup of 7 yards from the 4-yard line.
Well, Penn obviously found something that's working. And when you have a quarterback with the ability to run in a spread offense like they have currently, you outman the box because you get an extra blocker because nobody accounts for the quarterback.
Now going to the left is the quarterback, Riffle. He is going to be drop, trying to get around the edge. Donovan Snyder comes up to make the stop. Pickup of 1 makes it 2nd and goal from the 3.
So like I said, you've got the offensive line, which is 5 guys. You've got a tight end, which makes 6. And then you've got your running back blocking as well. So that's 7 blockers. So you at least have to have 8 in the box if you're Mishawaka, if you want to counter what they're doing to you. And a lot of times you're not going to put 8 in the box because there still is the threat to throw.
Riffle with the running back behind the quarterback. Riffle is. Fabula keeps it himself, goes for the left corner, goes in standing up. Touchdown Penn.
Yeah, they just outnumbered them that time, Sean. One key block there by the running back on the one man to keep contained from Mishawaka, and he goes in easily in the left corner of the end zone.
So Fabula with a 2-yard touchdown run as Penn marches downfield and comes up with the first points of the game. 6-0 with 1:34 to play in the first quarter. Thomas Castline is the kicker on to try to kick the point through. The snap is there. The kick is on the way. It splits the uprights, and it is 7-0. Penn on top with 1:34 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout and then back with another kickoff.
Lunch? Where do you want to go? I'm not sure. Want to talk about it? Burrito around the bush. Do we really need the guacamole? The Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Tell him it just passed the. Not you worry about that. If you have an event, then they have you covered. From tacos to fajita bars. Favorite out at MontereyMexican.com. Monterey Mexican Grill. You know it's what you want.
Penn to kick off, leading Mishawaka 7-0 in the final backyard brawl. Parker and Burris are the deep men for Mishawaka. Milan Burris. The approach on the kickoff, it is high and end over end. Parker waits for it, takes it at the 11, and then drops it. Scoops it back up and runs to the right, gets past one tackler, but gets up to the 25-yard line where he's finally going to be tackled.
Well, and I hate to say it, but that bobble probably allowed him to get a little further upfield than he would have because he was able to get past that first line of tacklers, of coverage men for Penn, and ends up getting it up to the 26 where he probably would have been back around the 20.
With 1:29 to play in the first quarter, Mishawaka trails Penn 7-0. The Cavemen with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 26. Andrew Mason at fullback, Donovan Snyder at a halfback, goes in motion. The give goes to Mason right up the gut. He'll pick up a couple yards, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Well, and Penn is known for their 4-4 defense, and today they're employing a 5-man front, which I'm sure Mishawaka has seen in the past, but it's going to be something a little bit different. You've got a man on a man. The center's going to have to deal with a guy in his head, so it's a little bit different for Mishawaka.
So we'll see if Mishawaka at some point goes to that unbalanced line they've used. Fisher on the quarterback follow, curls to the left side across the 30 to the 32, but it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, I think that unbalanced line is probably something they should really consider because Penn is in that 5-man front, and at the moment they're kind of in a 5-2. So if they go with that unbalanced front, they'll be able to pick up that extra hanging man.
Motion by Fowler. The handoff goes to Mason. He plunges up the middle. He'll pick up just a yard. It's going to be 4th down.
It's got to be a punting situation here, Sean. And, Coach Kinder kind of puts his hand up in the air like, we got to kick it here, and even though he doesn't want to. But if you don't get this, you're giving Penn awfully good field position.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 3 from their own 33, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Penn leads Mishawaka 7-0 in this backyard brawl. At the end of the first quarter of play, we'll take a timeout, and then when we come back, Looks like Mishawaka will be punting on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Are you a fan of Notre Dame football? Do you follow the Irish's every move? From National Signing Day to playing for a national championship? Then you'll want to download the free SportsBeat app. The #1 Notre Dame football app.
Hi, this is Darren Pritchett. If you enjoy weekday SportsBeat, make sure to download the SportsBeat app. It's the only way you're going to be able to listen to us live.
You'll get daily audio updates, podcasts, and sports talk 24/7, live from South Bend, all focused on Notre Dame.
We talk Notre Dame football every day, from the players' recruitment all the way through their NFL careers.
The SportsBeat app, unlike other football apps, is 100% free. The SportsBeat app is now available at the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download it today and go Irish!
Connor George punts to start the second quarter for Mishawaka and rolls to a halt at around the Penn 38-yard line. Let's see where the official spot is. It's on the near sideline.
It looks like it's going to be about a 28-yard punt.
Well, Penn figured out a way to attack Mishawaka's defense. They've used the quarterback to get outside a few times, and Favila, the Penn quarterback, scored the touchdown on a 2-yard run his last time. 11:49 on the clock in the second quarter with Penn leading 7-0. The Kingsmen go from left to right in the second. Two receivers out wide to the right. A wing on the left. Riffle in the pistol formation takes the pitch to the right. He is wrapped up in the backfield, though, by Donovan Snyder.
Yeah, that was a good job because Donovan Snyder got pushed in the back right into the tackle in the backfield, so it's a good job by him to hold on and make that tackle.
Donovan Snyder didn't have any tackles for loss this season coming into tonight. He picks up, the safety does, his first one there. He had 5.5 tackles last week in the win over Marion. 34 tackles this season coming in. 2nd and 11 for the Kingsmen from their own 38 now. Receiver on either side, wing to the right. Handoff goes to Riffle. Wants to go up the middle, but again, he's going to be stopped in the backfield. J.T. Thomas got down around the ankles and grabbed him first, and then Donovan Snyder finished him off.
Yeah, and that was a good job by J.T. Thomas to get into the backfield and make that play to bring up 3rd and long. And, of course, we mentioned it, Penn doesn't want to be in 3rd and long. Nobody wants to be in 3rd and long, but they have a very limited playbook for 3rd and long. And I don't think in the first series they had Donovan Snyder playing in the box like this the way they are now. They're employing a 4-4 with Snyder hanging off the edge. And from the shotgun, Riffle, or Favila, takes the snap and rolls to the right. He's going to pass it. It's going to be complete to Muma, and he will take it up for the first down. Sorry about that, Sean.
No, you're all right.
But until they just got the first down there, they're doing a good job of keeping contain on the quarterback and on the running back in the run game. But they got to be ready for the pass on 3rd and long.
No, I mean, your sentiment was, spot on. They roll and get an easy first down on that rollout by Favila. So his first completion, 1st and 10 now in Mishawaka territory. Favila will keep it himself, wait for his blockers. He goes to the right, and he keeps pushing a pile forward up across the 40, and he's going to end up close to first down yardage.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to run right into a scrum of defenders and offenders, but he ends up picking up, 8, almost 9 yards on that play. So, I mean, good hard running by Avila.
So he's out of bounds a yard short of the first down. They'll spot him at the 39 of the Cavemen. 7-0 Penn with 10:07 to play in the second quarter.
They bring in a second tight end.
Favila just 263 yards passing, 53%. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions coming into the night. He threw his 5th interception to run up, hit hard, and push backwards. J.T. Thomas finishes the play as Derek Dawson got him down low, and they'll say he got maybe short. A half yard.
Yeah, he's short on the first down, and I think if you're Penn, you're in 4-down territory. So you got 2 plays to pick up about 6 inches.
Favila, the quarterback from the shotgun, Riffle, the running back, stands behind him. Two receivers right. Favila will keep it himself with a lane, cuts back to the left, breaks off one tackle, crosses the 30, picks up the first down before Milan Burris stops him, but a big running lane there. This is reminiscent of some of the stuff that New Prairie likes to do with their quarterback run.
Absolutely, and he runs the ball very, very hard, and so when he sees a hole, he hits it hard, and he's tough to bring down when he gets that big head of steam.
1st and 10 Penn from the Mishawaka 27-yard line. Favila from the shotgun will toss it to goes to the left. He's going to be inside by Milan Burris, but again, just those cutback lanes are there as Mishawaka's defense pursues to the initial point, and then the cutbacks and the lanes have been there for both Riffle and the quarterback Favila.
Well, and they're almost not even trying to run between the tackles anymore either. They're bringing in that second tight end at times and just trying to seal off the edge so that they can get outside. They got trips to the left here. Look for a little toss sweep to the left behind that wall of receivers.
And it's 2nd and 1 from the 18. Favila will go to the left this time. Yardage before he is stopped. It looked like J.T. Thomas, one of the first cavemen there, but a pickup 5 yards. Mishawaka 16 yards.
On that, like I said earlier, Penn is just outnumbering Mishawaka right now. The design quarterbacks and blockers essentially on the outside there, and they're just out.
Now to Ripple goes. He starts to the right, cuts it back to the middle again. This time the Mishawaka defense stops him after a gain of 2 yards.
And that was a good job by Brown to get contained on the outside. He's playing that on the outside there. To get contained, push the Penn running back to the inside where he's got a lot of buddies to help out.
Timeout taken by Mishawaka with 8:04 to play in the second quarter. Penn on the march, 2nd and 8 from the 14, leading 7-0 on WSBT.
Hey sports fans, Kevin Putz here with First Midwest Mortgage, your trusted and local mortgage professional. With the purchase market slowing down a bit, now is the perfect time to look into refinancing your existing mortgage. Take advantage of increased property values and declining interest rates to consolidate debt, eliminate PMI, home improvements, or look at lowering your term to 20 or 15 years. Call today to see how easy it can be. I'm Kevin Putz, and let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience to work for you. Call today, 287-1122.
Mortgage, NMLS number 127733.
8:04 to play in the second quarter. Penn leads Mishawaka 7-0, and the Kingsmen driving 2nd and 8 from the Mishawaka 14. The Mishawaka just called a timeout, and a pretty important kind of set of plays going on right here because you don't want to fall up behind 2 touchdowns early with the Favila passes to his right. It is complete toward the sideline. Goes Tegan Bothan. He's got first down yardage up to the Mishawaka 6-yard line.
And Penn just continues to hit on that outside of Mishawaka's defense. They know they're not going to get much in between the tackles, so they are doing whatever they can to get outside. They're having luck with it so far, but like you said, this is a key possession right now for Penn, being in the red zone. And for Mishawaka, for that matter, if they can hold them to 3 points here or no points at all, that's a huge win for Mishawaka.
Well, it's actually going to be 3rd and 1 now from the 6. Favila will be diving toward the first down stick. He was hit by Bo Brown and looked like he was going to be stopped 2 yards deep in the backfield. He ran through the tackle, though, and picked up first down yardage.
That would have been a huge play by Brown if he was able to wrap up Favila on that. Man, that was so close, but it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Mishawaka's going to have to step up big here.
1st and goal from the 5 now. Let's see what Penn does with its formation. They will send trips to the left side.
But you got a tight end to the right.
Tight end to the right, yep. Favila from the pistol with a running back Ripple behind him. Toss to the left play. Favila lets the block, Ripple rather, lets the block set up, gets into the end zone, touchdown Penn.
Yeah, Penn is just setting the edge there, and they did a good job, and Ripple didn't get touched until he was in the end zone on that play, and Penn's going to go up 13-0.
Ripple with the touchdown run of 5 yards. the junior, with his 9th touchdown run of the season. As we await the extra point, Mishawaka, of course, won this game last year, 49-42 in overtime at Freed Field. It's the last meeting in the immediate future for these two rivals. And an extra point away from going on top by 14 points. The boot is up and good. And Penn leads 14-0 with 7:24 to play in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back with kickoff on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you caveman football. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are honored to work on upgrading their facilities, including historic Mishawaka High School. At Midland, we take pride in being part of our community, whether it's our annual Fallen Heroes Community Service Award with the South Bend Cubs or working with other local charities and nonprofit organizations. Midland and its employees are committed to enhancing the quality of life in Michiana. Midland Engineering Company, a community partner for nearly 100 years. Visit midlandengineering.com.
Mishawaka trails 14-0. Favila and Riffle for the Penn Kingsmen with short touchdown runs to finish off drives. Kingsman gets set to kick off once again. Thomas Castline with the ball on the tee at his own 40-yard line, moving from right to left. Castline kicks it away, high and end over end, back to the 4-yard line. It is taken by Burris. Burris coming to the right, now in the middle, flips past some contact and takes it up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice little return there by Burris. Like you said, he kind of evaded that first couple of tacklers by Penn, was able to pick up an extra few yards. So decent field position for Mishawaka. This goes without saying. Big possession here for the Mishawaka offense. They need to put some points on the board because right now the Penn offense is just having their way.
Andrew Mason, the fullback for the Cavemen. Ethan Fowler on the right wing. Donovan Snyder on the left wing. Fowler goes in motion, stops as Fisher pulls away from center. Fisher stands behind and now takes the snap. He will keep it himself and go to the right into some open field. Fisher nearly broke one long. He was tackled at the 43-yard line. He was one more broken tackle away from going the distance.
It seems like he has one big play a game, and he almost had it right there. Not that 13 yards isn't a big play, because as of right now it is. But he almost broke that thing, and that would have swung momentum right back to the side of the Cavemen.
First down brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. In motion, Snyder. Fisher's going to keep it and go to the right. This time he'll pick up about 3 yards, it looks like. Keith Kinder was telling me he's got family all over the Midwest who watch online on the Mishawaka Network, Chicago, Evansville, Indianapolis, Cincinnati.
Oh, hey.
So hi to all the Kinders.
The Kinder clan.
The Kinder, not all Kinders, some of them on his wife's side as well, but the extended family, I guess you'd say. And hello to everyone else who's watching online on the Mishawaka Network. The great job the Mishawaka students and Mishawaka reigning Teacher of the Year, Matt Rendell, do. The keeper by Fisher, he'll go to the left this time. He'll get a couple of yards, but will be pushed backwards after he gets to the Cavemen 49, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 14-0. Penn leading Mishawaka with just under 6 to play in the first half. Players check their wristbands for the play. Fowler right wing, Snyder left wing. Ball on the right hash mark. Fisher under center. Snyder goes in motion. Fisher's going to keep it himself. Go right. He lowers his shoulder, takes it up to the 46-yard line where it looks like he's going to have a first down.
Yep. And they luckily they caught the Penn defensive line in a shift. They were shifting from right to left, and they snapped the ball right at the end of that shift, and I don't think the linemen were really able to get a good jump off the snap of the ball because they were shifting, and Mishawaka took advantage by picking up the first down.
Another first down brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. It's 1st and 10 Mishawaka at the Penn 46. Fowler goes in motion to the left. Fisher backs away from center after Penn looked like maybe they were going to blitz. Fisher comes back with 2 on the play clock, and Mishawaka's going to have to burn a timeout. I think they maybe confused Fisher a little bit with the look they were giving him.
Well, they had a six-man. They had a six-man front there too.
So a timeout taken by Mishawaka. 5:07 to play in the second quarter. Penn leads 14-7 on WSBT.
Rossini's is a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini pizza is carefully made with homemade dough and the freshest ingredients and sauce. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at rossinicarryout.com or take advantage of their daily specials. No coupons needed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Saturday's special features 2 14-inch 4-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Get details at rossinicarryout.com. Rossini Pizza Carryout you're proud to bring home. Located on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka across from Beeger School.
5:07 to play in the second quarter. Penn leads Mishawaka 14-7. Cavemen with the football at the Penn 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Mishawaka just had to use its second timeout. The pitch play goes to Fowler around the right side. Fowler across the 40, or to the 40 rather, where he is tackled there. That's the first time Ethan Fowler has had the ball tonight. He came into the night with 251 yards, averaging 8.7 yards per carry. Scored a touchdown last week in the win over Marion. He gets that to the 40-yard line, and the ball will be on the left hash mark now.
And it was a nice open field tackle by Nick Hardig for Penn, because it was basically a one-man or bust for Penn on that, and he was able to bring him down.
On the left hash mark, Snyder goes in motion to the right. Fisher's going to keep it and plunge to the right. He'll get maybe a yard and a half, but it's going to be 3rd and 2.
I'll be kind and give him 2.
Yeah.
We'll round up.
I guess technically if you go over a yard, you have to give him 2, right?
I guess so, yeah. I'm far from a professional stat keeper.
Right.
But
all numbers unofficial.
Yeah, I'll err on the side of 2 there.
Ball between the hash marks now.
That was Fisher's 9th carry already of the game.
But they've kept it in his hands quite a bit tonight. Snyder left wing, Fowler right wing, Mason fullback, Fisher under center. Fisher will keep it and go to the left. He'll spin across the 35 to the 34. A first down from Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage. And yet again, if he's not wrapped up there, he's going to have a huge gain out of it.
And I think that's something that Mishawaka needs to look at, because they're not having the success they normally do. But they're one tackler away from breaking at least 3 different plays that I can remember off the top of my head. So they're right there. They just need one to bust through to get that big play.
1st and 10, Cavemen at the Penn 34, 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Penn leads 14-0. Mason at fullback. Fisher will keep it. The quarterback follow. Started to the right and ends up going up the gut. He takes it up to the 31. Well, getting yards, but now you also kind of have to factor in the clock as we head toward 3 minutes to play in the first half.
That's a really good point, because obviously the clock is not going to stop, and Mishawaka's already burned 2 timeouts.
Yep. Fisher comes up behind center with 22 on the play clock. Fisher looking to his left and to his right. They'll let the clock come down. Apparently they're not too concerned about it on 2nd and 7. Fowler goes in motion. Fisher fakes the dive, keeps it himself. Off to the left. He will be up at the 27-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Well, and it looks different because Mishawaka runs a different offense, but they're essentially doing a very similar thing that Penn is doing. They're keeping the ball in the quarterback's hands with that lead blocker in Mason as the fullback.
Yeah.
Very, very similar, just completely different way of going about it.
3rd and 3, the ball on the left hash mark. That's the wing that Donovan Snyder is on. Snyder goes in motion. They fake the dive. Fisher curls to the right across the 25 to the 23, and he'll have another first down from Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage. Clock will stop while they move the chains at 2:01 with Penn leading 14-0. Mishawaka 1st and 10 now at the Kingsman 23.
And like you said, they're not worried about the clock in any way, shape, or form. They're taking their time. They're checking their wrist play caller cards and Yeah, they figure, 2 minutes is plenty of time to punch it in.
13 on the play clock. Fisher is going to throw over the middle for Fowler. It is broken up. Fowler wanted pass interference. Ty Zahner back there to get his hand on it and break it up.
Well, I like that play for two reasons. Number one, you hope you catch Penn sleeping on the pass. And, number two, it stops the play clock, or it stops the clock if it's incomplete. Because it's either going to be incomplete or it's going to be a touchdown, one of the two. And give credit to Penn. That was actually really good defense, I think. I didn't see pass interference on that play, even though the Mishawaka fans wanted it.
Yeah.
But that works just as good as a timeout if you're Mishawaka.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10 now from the 23, but now you don't get any yards on 1st down. Fisher will keep it himself. Go to the right, into the open field, across the 10-5, touchdown, Justin Fisher from 23 yards away.
And there's the big play that everybody was looking for from Justin Fisher. He has at least one a game, and there's the first one to bring Mishawaka to within one score.
Justin Fisher with his 8th touchdown run of the season. He scored from 44 yards out against Marion last week. 1:31 now to go in the first half. And remember, Mishawaka gets the ball to start the second half. Kingsman on top, 14-6 now. Connor George to try the extra point. It is up and good, and it is a 14-7 ball game as Justin Fisher scores his 8th touchdown of his sophomore year. We'll take a timeout. Back with kickoff, 14-7, Penn on top on WSBT.
U.S. Sign Crafters. From custom design signage and graphic needs to quality installation and service, U.S. Sign Crafters has you covered. If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Sign Crafters. Hundreds of other businesses have, like Papa Vino's, Whirlpool Corporation, Legends of Notre Dame, and Granger Community Church. When you call U.S. Sign Crafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. Check out their work and learn more at ussignCrafters.com.
31 to play in the first half. Justin Fisher's 23-yard touchdown run makes it 14-7. Mishawaka gets on the scoreboard for the first time. Alec Hardick and Nick Hardick, the two deep men for Penn. Connor George with the ball on the tee at his own 40-yard line. The halftime guest tonight with Dean Hubbard is Mike Faulkner, the Mishawaka Schools Director of Operations. Got that coming up at half. Pooch kick to the near side. It is going to be caught by Ty Zahner at the 37-yard line. That's where Penn will have the football. Now remember, they're not a passing offense. So 1:31 to go in the first half. Now they do throw a little bit more than Mishawaka will, but it'll be interesting to see how they try to get it downfield now.
Well, Penn's got all 3 timeouts, which I think needs to be mentioned as well, and
that's why you get paid the big bucks, man.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you just want to make sure that you don't give up a big play here, because I don't think Penn is going for the end zone here. They'll try a couple things, but I think they're going to be fairly conservative. You just don't want to give up that big run.
They had trips to the right, play fake, roll out. Avila to the right side, gets past one defender, but he's upended by Donovan Snyder, who goes down at his ankles and trips him up. It picks up 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 with the clock running at 1:14 in the first half.
And that's what you have to be careful of, is everybody dropping into coverage as all 3 wide receivers went deep, and that allows the quarterback to pick up some easy yards.
Ripple in the backfield, takes the toss to the right side, wants to cut back, but gets smothered by J.T. Thomas. The senior linebacker has been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, and that was a nice job, and the Penn running back just kind of gave himself up on that one because he saw the freight train wearing number 21 about ready to clean his clock, and it's 3rd down, and Penn is going to take every second off of the play clock before they snap it here because they don't want to give the ball back to Mishawaka.
They lead 14-7 with now 35 seconds to play in the first half. One receiver left, one to the right, a wing to the left. Avila from the shotgun, fakes the pitch to the left, runs to the right instead. He's going to end up close to first down yardage. I think he's a little bit short as The maroon jerseys get there. T.J. Rux, All-State defensive end last year, who was injured the early part of the season, got him. It is going to be a Penn first down, but there's just 17 seconds left in the first half now.
Yeah, and that clock's going to start ticking as soon as the white hat swings his arm, which he does right now. And I don't even think Penn's going to run another play here.
Gavin Eggendorfer for Mishawaka, one of the defensive tackles, runs off to the sideline, and it doesn't look like Penn is going to. They will take their 3 timeouts into the locker room and will be content with a 14-7 lead. So Penn led 14-0. Mishawaka then marched down, got its first touchdown of the night. Remember, Mishawaka will have the ball first to start the second half, so that'll be a big possession to start the second half.
It's going to be huge, and obviously Mishawaka found something they liked. Justin Fish had 14 carries in the first half alone, and I think they possessed the ball 3 times total. So that's a lot of carries on your quarterback, but they found something they liked, and they ended up springing him for a 23-yard touchdown. So look for more of the same, and frankly, let's see what Penn comes out with, to try to counteract the quarterback from Mishawaka, and vice versa. Penn's quarterback, Favila, has been their guy, and he's been their offense for the most part. So let's see how Mishawaka comes out to counter what Penn is doing offense.
Favila came into the night with 358 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, remember, they started the season with Ron Paulus Jr. at quarterback, and then he was injured, so it has been Favila. I'm thinking about how to say his name now. As we went back and forth on that, but it has been Favila with 358 yards. He had the first touchdown of the night, and then Ripple with a 5-yard touchdown run as well. It's 14-7 at halftime. Again, Mike Faulkner is the halftime guest. We'll take a timeout. Dean Hubbard, Mishawaka Athletic Director, will be joined by Mike Faulkner as the Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime show begins. Don't forget, we'll have our RBI's Unlimited halftime stat. Also,
our marching band and dance team. Many of these students have put in 6 years of dedication to our programs. We thank you for all of your time, enthusiasm, leadership, and dedication. First up, Clarice Alexander, escorted by Don and Kim Alexander. Clarice plans to study psychology in college while continuing to play the clarinet. Isabella Barstow, escorted by James Barstow and John and Tammy England. Isabella plans to study business and photography and hopes that her photography career will take her to the far ends of the earth. Alex Beesbrook, escorted by Jim and Becky Beesbrook. Alex plans to study mechanical engineering at Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Jordan Bovis, escorted by Jeremy and Stacy Bovis. Jordan plans to attend college and has a passion to work with orphans and vulnerable children. Abby Calvin, escorted by Wes and Jenny Calvin. Dalton Dodson, escorted by Rebecca Dodson and Joey McQuivy. Dalton plans to study music composition and production at the Berklee College of Music. Chloe Geschwender, escorted by Josh Geschwender and Sam Enyart. Xavier Hartley, escorted by Nicholas and Carrie Hartley. Xavier plans to continue playing the drums and study music education. Hunter Johns, escorted by Jody and Jennifer Johns. Hunter plans to serve a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and then attend college to study architecture. Brianna Roth, escorted by Rodney and Jennifer Roth. Brianna plans on serving in the U.S. Navy and then becoming a special education teacher. Emily Sherbon Blair, escorted by John and Laura Blair. Emily plans to go to IPFW to study music therapy. Jocelyn Staub Ramirez, escorted by Andres and Julia Ramirez. Jocelyn plans to work hard and travel the world.
I saw that earlier today.
Edith Teeter, escorted by Robert Teeter and Kara DeCrane. Edith plans to study pre-veterinary medicine. Kyle Thompson, escorted by John and Jen Thompson. Kyle plans to study marketing and graphic design. Shaylin Marie Washington, escorted by Leanne Washington. Shaylin plans to finish her second year of cosmetology school and then attend college to study business. Dennis Wilnowski, escorted by Dina Wilnowski. Dennis plans on furthering his education at college or a trade school. Ladies and gentlemen, our band and dance seniors in the class of 2020. Say thank you to your escorts and head out to the field. Ladies and gentlemen, while our Mishawaka band gets ready for their halftime show, we would like to introduce you to the future football cavemen and the cheerleaders. The Mishawaka Parks Department has given over 235 kids the opportunity to cheer and play flag and tackle football this fall. The Mishawaka Football League has 60 coaches helping out these youngsters. There are 12 MFL flag football teams and 4 tackle teams. Mishawaka would like to thank the Mishawaka Parks Department Superintendent Phil Blasco and Recreation and Facilities Director Stephen Gleisner for their hard work for the youth in our city. The playoffs are this Sunday at Steel Stadium with the championship this coming Wednesday at 6:30 right here at Steel Stadium. Let's give a big round of applause for the kids in the MFL. Tonight we bring you 3 of our seniors' favorite tunes from the marching shows they performed from the last 3 years. First up, from our 2016 Led Zeppelin show, here is Immigrant Song. Next up from our 2017 Blues Brothers show, here is Respect. Finally, from our 2018 Bruno Mars show, here is Runaway Baby. Let's hear it for the marching cavemen and our senior members. We'll see you at sectionals. Go cavemen.
South, they lead Washington 14-0. Jimtown in control against South Bend Clay at Clayfield, 16-0 the score in the second. And John Glenn leads Riley 7-0 also in the second quarter. Outside of the NIC, Northwood leads Plymouth 7-0. Plymouth trying to complete a perfect record in the NLC. And, of course, Concord. And they are having things all their way right now with Warsaw. 27-7 is the score as they approach the halftime break. Northridge has just jumped ahead of Elkhart Memorial. Of course, this is the last regular season game for Elkhart Memorial in their football history. Of course, they merged with Elkhart Central after the 2019-2020 school year. Northridge currently leading Elkhart Memorial 10-6. And Wawasee, late second quarter, leads Goshen by a count of 14-10. Right now at the half, it is 14-7. Penn ahead of Mishawaka. Penn, of course, trying to avoid their first losing regular season since they went 0-10 back in 1972. And Mishawaka trying to claim back-to-back backyard brawl wins since they swept both games in 2010 regular season and playoffs. After this timeout, we send it back to Steel Stadium for the RBI's Unlimited stat book. You are listening to Mishawaka Caveman Football, powered by Midland Engineering on WSBT South Bend.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner of Leckleitner Door Sales and Service. What memories do you have from 1979? America was watching Three's Company in Dallas on TV and listening to the Bee Gees on the radio. My favorite memory of 1979 was my dad starting Leckleitner Door. His goal of satisfying every customer with quality service and installation of garage doors is something we still strive for today. After 40 years, we still open and fix all the right doors. Leckleitner Door, 295-6311.
Midwest Family, helping your business thrive with integrated marketing solutions, putting you top of mind, get your sales growth in motion with Midwest Family. Your systematic solution for measurable marketing results. Midwest Family, Midwest Family.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership? That's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, science, focus on all class size, and preparing students for the global economy. In a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Back live at Steel Stadium with Vince Dario, Sean Stiers. Penn leads Mishawaka 14-7 in the final backyard brawl. Vince scored the first 14 points of the game. The quarterback, Favila, with a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0, and then the running back Ripple with a 5-yard run with 7:24 to play in the second quarter made it 14-0. Mishawaka answered, though, using nearly 6 minutes on the clock to score their first and only touchdown of the first half to make it 14-7. We've got the halftime stats powered by RBI's Unlimited. Help your child's stats improve next season, whether it's baseball or softball, with hitting lessons and workouts from RBI's Unlimited on West 6th Street in Mishawaka. Hit us with some numbers, Vince.
Well, there's not many to hit you with, but I will do so regardless. Obviously, Justin Fisher is leading the team in carries, yards, touchdowns scored, and incomplete passes. He's 14 carries, 71 yards, 1 score, 0 for 1 in the passing game with a 5.07 yards per carry average. Donovan Snyder carried the ball twice. He's got 4 yards. Mason has 3 carries for 7 yards, and Fowler has 1 carry for 6 yards. So totaling all of that out, 20 carries for Mishawaka, 88 total yards, and a 4.4 yard per carry average. Defensively, I'll throw a couple numbers at you. Obviously, Parker had that 1 interception and returned it 12 yards, which ended up being pretty darn important because Penn had scored on their other 2 possessions of the night. Well, I guess you count that last possession, but they got it with a minute left. Donovan Snyder has a couple 3 tackles total. Thomas has been a wrecking ball there at linebacker. He has 4 total tackles. And again, these are all unofficial, but that's who I'm giving tackles to. Hopefully, Mishawaka can put some more yards on the board, and that will turn into points. They get the ball coming out of the half here, so interested to see what happens.
Well, when you talk about that interception and how key that was the only drive where Mishawaka was able to put Penn in 3rd and long. Now, part of that was because they were thinking about throwing earlier, but Gavin Eggendorfer came up with his first sack of the season, so it helped force that. They've really just kept it on the ground with Favila for the rest of the half, and he's been a big difference maker for him.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, the the Penn offense goes as Pavila goes. And like I said, Penn's playing the numbers game. They're doing a lot of lead sweeps and lead off tackle with the running back leading the way for the quarterback, and they're just outnumbering Mishawaka. They've pretty much stopped running between the tackles because Mishawaka's done a good job of stuffing that. And if number 8 continues to roll in white, it could be a long half for Mishawaka, but I have a feeling that Mishawaka is going to employ some adjustments here coming out of halftime, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key. What are the adjustments going to look like? Because Penn early employed a 5-man defensive front against Mishawaka, really shut down the running between the tackles, and then on that last drive, it was pretty much Justin Fisher left, Justin Fisher right. They got to the outside more. Is Penn going to stay in that look? Are they going to adjust, or what's Mishawaka going to do to potentially adjust off of it?
Well, and Mishawaka adjusted a little bit in the first half by going to that unbalanced line, and they brought everybody in. They had no wide receivers. They basically had a player in a wide receiver stance, but as a tight end, essentially, right hooked up with the offensive line. So 6 offensive linemen, a tight end, and a quote-unquote wide receiver. So they had everybody in the box. And then that forced Penn to go to a 6-man front at times. So let's see where they go from here. Obviously, Mishawaka found something that was working with Justin Fisher, and they're going to wear him out tonight.
Well, the other thing is Donovan Snyder, you mentioned 2 carries for how many yards?
4.
2 carries for 4 yards. He came into the night, 140 carries, 693 yards, and 13 touchdowns. That's just running the ball. Another 128 receiving and 2 more touchdowns. So this is a guy who averages about 18 touches per game, only touched it twice in the first half. Now, part of that is because they've kept him as the halfback, because I think of the way we talked about the front that Penn gave him. They must not have thought that they were going to get much yards if they were to put him at fullback. But, the bottom line is they've got to figure out a way to get the ball into his hands because he's their playmaker.
Well, and the other aspect of that is they basically have him playing in the box on defense as kind of an outside linebacker, kind of hanging off the edge there, trying to prevent Penn from getting on the edge. So it's more of a physical, taxing position defensively than he normally plays at free safety.
That's true.
So you got to take that into account. But, man, they're going to have a bye week next week. It's his senior year. It's Penn. Give the man the rock. That's what I say.
Do what you got to do. Last game, and again, it's just a 7-0 game. New Prairie leading Elkhart Central at halftime in that game. Penn leading Mishawaka 14-7. And in this game, if Central is to end up beating New Prairie tonight, the winner of this game shares the NIC North. Take a 90-second timeout, and then back with second half action with Penn leading 14-7. This is the Backyard Brawl of Mishawaka Cavemen football on WSBT.
Rossini's is a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini pizza is carefully made with homemade dough and the freshest ingredients and sauce. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at rossinicarryout.com or take advantage of their daily specials. No coupons needed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Saturday's special features 2 14-inch 4-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Get details at rossinicarryout.com. Rossini Pizza, carry out you're proud to bring home. Located on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beager School. A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at industrialdoorni.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Steel Stadium, the site of the Backyard Brawl between Mishawaka and Penn. Penn leads Mishawaka 14-7 here at halftime with Vince DiDario from Blue and Gold. I'm Sean Steiners. We're awaiting the kickoff to begin the second half. It's going to be Mishawaka to receive the kickoff as Milan Burris and Devon Parker go back deep.
Central just took the lead, 14-7.
Ooh.
So things get a little interesting there.
Elkhart Central now leading 14-7. So again, if Central wins that game, the winner of this game shares the NIC North Championship with New Prairie. Ball is on the tee. Tommy Cass line. The kickoff from right on the approach. So high and end over end to the far side of the field at the 12-yard line. It is Parker cutting across the middle of the field, coming to his right. Parker picks his way up to the 25-yard line, and that's where Mishawaka will have it to start the second half. Mishawaka wearing home maroon uniforms, white pants, white numbers, maroon helmets, white stripe, white numbers on the sides. Penn wearing road white, black numbers, gold pants, gold helmets. Your uniform descriptions are brought to you by Kevin Drazier of BSN Supplies Uniforms. Call 229-7999.
And Donovan back.
Handoff as he drives his way forward. He'll pick up 3 yards as he ends up squirting off to the right. So Donovan Snyder did not play fullback in the first half, and on the first play of the second half, that's where he is. Second down and 7. We await as the Cavemen look to the sideline for the play called and look at their wristbands. Fisher under center. The play clock is not running.
That's the problem.
Play clock frozen at 25 seconds. Fisher will give it to Snyder. Outside veer to the left. Snyder does not get much. As he gets up, it looks like just to the 30-yard line, and it'll be third down and 5.
Well, and what they had so much success with in the first half was that quarterback follow, and wouldn't be surprised to see this. Now, look, they're bringing in Mason at fullback, and they're putting Snyder back at the wing.
Yeah. Ball just inside the right hash mark. 3rd and 5, Mishawaka from its own 30. Just underway in the third quarter. Fisher toss play goes to Snyder. Gets a block. Snyder, though, will be tackled in the open field at the 32-yard line. He is wrapped up by Patrick Macklin and a couple yards shy of the first down.
That was almost too obvious about what was going to happen there. They moved Snyder to another position, and then he gets the ball again.
So they go 3 and out, Mishawaka does, to start the second half, and the third quarter powered by Kyle's Auto Repair, reminding you to have your car's oil changed every 3 months or 3,000 miles at Kyle's, Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka. Connor George on to punt. Takes a good snap, gets it away, up and into the air. The fair catch called for, and it bounces off a Mishawaka player's helmet, and it's going to go running back. It is picked up by Derek Dawson. I believe it bounced off a Mishawaka player's helmet right in front of the punt returner, and then it went bounding backwards down around the 10, and it'll be a dead ball, and Penn will have it. It looks like they're going to say, well, where are they going to say? The officials keep moving around.
I mean, the 42-yard line?
I thought it was, I could be wrong. I thought it was inside the 40 where it bounced off his helmet.
And they go off of where the back judge throws the beanbag, which is the most inexact science on the planet. But they're giving it to him at the 42.
So Penn has it at its own 42. 9:43 on the clock in the Cal's Auto Repair third quarter. From the shotgun, Favila fakes the handoff, runs up the middle. He will be tackled down at the ankles from behind by J.T. Thomas. Favila, though, picks up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3, Penn, from its own 48.
Yeah, nice little run there. That's the first time we've seen them go between the tackles in quite some time, and not a bad time to go about it because they went outside so much in the first half. They were going to give it a shot up the middle.
Ben Fox splits out wide to the right. Person Muma. 2 receivers to the left from the pistol this time. Penn on second down and 3. Avila will take the snap, keeps it himself, goes to the right, bounces outside, cuts up field, pass contact up to the Mishawaka 45-yard line. Let's see where they say he stepped out of bounds on the far side. They will give him the 47, and it should be a first down. It will for Penn.
And obviously they're going to be continuing to run the ball as the Kingsmen. But the way Mishawaka is playing their defense, they're playing a 4-4. But when Penn goes out with twins or whatever, they're not really covering the slot receiver. So the passing game is there if Penn wanted to take advantage of it.
Two backs in the backfield now. Ripple takes a handoff, trying the middle, gets stuffed. Derek Dawson reads him and takes him down as he picks up 1 yard. TJ Rux, the senior defensive end, just 9.5 tackles this year. Again, he's been injured for a good chunk. I think he missed at least 4 games. He had 2 tackles last week against Marion. Avila with Riffle behind him, second down and 9 as Avila stops and looks off to the Penn sideline on the far side of the field. Takes the handoff, hands it to Riffle, bouncing outside. Riffle past the defense, and finally he is tackled at the 41-yard line by Milan Burris.
So you're going to have, about 3rd and 4 here for Penn. And again, inside 41-yard line, I still think this is probably 4-down territory for you if you're the Kingsmen, especially since they stopped Mishawaka on 3 and out on their first possession.
They'll send trips to the left, the ball on the right hash mark. 3rd down and 4 from the 41. Avila from the pistol with the running back Ripple standing behind him. Stops in mid-count and looks off to the far sideline. Avila away, following, sets up field, first down and more by Burris, but he has a first down at the Mishawaka 32-yard line.
That's a nice tackle by Burris, kind of getting Avila out of the spin move. But Burris was kind of the last line of defense there. And if he doesn't tackle him, and we might see the score different than what it is currently.
7 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the Cow's Auto Repair third quarter. 1st and 10, Penn from the Mishawaka 32 handoff. Riffle, and Riffle is going to be tackled in the backfield by J.T. Thomas. He shoots through once again and makes the stop in the backfield.
Yeah, what a great job scraping over the top and coming down and reading that play right off the bat and making that play in the backfield by 21, J.T. Thomas.
Now this is a big opportunity for Mishawaka. We talked about that first drive where Penn was forced to 3rd and long. It's now 2nd down and 12. This is one of the few times since then they've been in a deficit situation on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 12. Avila from the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, looks downfield, throws complete, caught, and Donovan Snyder makes the stop, and it's going to be a first down for Penn after the catch was made by Tegan Boffin.
Yeah, and that play put Donovan Snyder out on an island. He didn't know whether he should come up and take the quarterback or he should drop back into coverage. Either way, Penn has a big play there, and they were able to throw the ball in for the first down.
Well, you've talked about how they brought him up in run support, and I think they kind of took advantage of it there. Just what you said, trying to play a little both. Off to Avila. Joe Willis comes up to make the tackle. That'll be another tackle for loss. Willis with his 4th tackle for loss this season. He has 3 sacks as well. He drops him for a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12 once again.
And that was a nice job by Willis because there's a lot of misdirection there going to the left. Quarterback Favela goes to the other direction to the right, and Willis was able to make that stop kind of all by himself over there with the contain.
2nd and 12, Penn from the Mishawaka 24-yard line. The Kingsmen lead 14-7. A flag, and I think it's going to be an offsides on Mishawaka.
Yeah, they got him with the hard count, and it was right in the middle of the defense. And those are the ones that frustrate you as a coach the most because the ball is literally right in front of your face. And, you know, the kids.
2nd and 7 from the 8. Out stop there. He's going to be for to make the tackle. And that is a tackle for loss. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Well, Mishawaka has employed a little bit of a different defense here. They had 5 or 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, and they just shot out of it like a cannon when that ball was snapped. And Eggendorfer took the center for a ride into the backfield, and that's why he was able to make that play.
A timeout is now taken by Mishawaka before a 3rd and 9 coming up. 3 to play. Mishawaka 14-7, 3rd and 9 from the Cavemen 20 coming up after this timeout on WSBT.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have how much should you take when? But are your finances? Your South Bend Edward Jones financial advisor, Eric Yetterberg, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. It all starts with a face-to-face appointment. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
3rd and 9 for Penn at the Mishawaka 20-yard line. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the Cowles Auto Repair 3rd quarter. Penn leads 14-7. Gavin Eggendorfer, Bo Brown, Joe Willis, Tyler Rux, and Tyler Fair. A 5 by Mishawaka. A fake. Favila rolls to the left side. Wide open field. Throws downfield. Wide open. Caught inside the 9 and down to the 1-yard line. The tackle is finally made. But Tegan Boston makes the catches. They use a little misdirection on the play fake there, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1.
Well, and the issue for Mishawaka on that one, they had great coverage. It was man-to-man in the back, and they had great coverage, but Favila was coming around the edge unaccounted for, and so Mishawaka comes up to try to make a play, throws it right over there.
Two from the shotgun, and false start on Penn is going to push them back 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's huge for Mishawaka because 1st and 2 is a big difference at 1st and 7.
And I believe that's the first penalty on Penn of the night as well.
I believe you are accurate, sir.
I think we have there were a couple offsides, including the one in this drive earlier by Mishawaka, and then that's the first Kingsman penalty. 4 minutes to play in the Cowles Auto Repair 3rd quarter with Mishawaka on top, or Mishawaka trailing rather, 14-7. Favila, 1st and goal from the 7. Toss play right, goes to Riffle. Open field. Riffle breaks the tackle, keeps going to the goal line. Touchdown Penn.
Sometimes you just got to tip your hat. I mean, he broke, I think, 3 or 4 tackles on that 7-yard run. I mean, that was an impressive display of running the football. Win at 7.
Riffle's second touchdown run of the night. A 7-yard touchdown run with the extra point coming. And just again, a backbreaker that Mishawaka went 3 and out. After getting back to within a touchdown, they go 3 and out to start the second half, and Penn uses a big chunk of this 3rd quarter. And now is going to retake a 2-touchdown lead. The extra point is good, and it's 21-7. Penn extends the lead. They have not trailed yet tonight. 21-7, Penn on top of Mishawaka. Let's take a timeout and back with the kickoff on WSBT.
One of the best things about sports is that unexpected surprise performance, that big play from a rookie or free agent. And that's what's great about Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. You know about our wings, but the surprise is all of our Etc. Sandwiches, wraps, quesadillas, salads, subs, seafood, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily specials. Sure, you love our award-winning wings, but don't forget our Etc. And now, when you can't eat, drink, and watch here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times.
Penn leading 21-7 with 3:43 to play in the Cowles Auto Repair 3rd quarter. The Kingsmen will kick off once again. Parker and Burris, the deep men for the Cavemen. Waiting at their own 10-yard line with Kessling with the ball on his own 40. The approach and the kick. high and end over end. Parker at the 10 takes it on the far side of the field. Cuts across the middle of the field, finds a seam. Parker gets past tacklers. Angles toward the sideline across the 35. Pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, nice little return there. Gives Mishawaka great field position for their second possession of the game. And, you know, I hate to be the obvious one here, but they need to put the points on the board on this drive, and they need a sustained drive. They can't go 3 and out, and they just can't be so, I don't want to say obvious, but everybody knew Donovan Snyder was going to get the ball all 3 times the last possession. So you're going to have to take what the defense is going to give you a little bit.
Yeah, they're in pretty much almost a must-score situation now, down by 2 touchdowns with just the way each team runs its offense.
Absolutely.
A lot of clock, goes off. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the Cows auto repair third. Snyder is the left wing. Fisher breaking one tackle, but he is wrapped up as he kept those legs driving. He was not going to be let go, though, as Hardrick made the tackle, but a tough 4 yards there by Fisher.
Well, and he's so close to breaking them now. I mean, they found something in the first half with Fisher, and they kind of went away from it in that first series, and look for Justin Fisher to get his number called an awful lot here.
Fisher with Mishawaka's only touchdown run of the night. It is now 2nd down and 6. Mishawaka from its own 41. Fisher fakes the dive and the pitch, keeps it and goes left. He'll cross the 45 to the 47-yard line, where it's is it a first down?
Should be. They're going to call it 3rd down.
Inches shy. Surprised they don't measure, but inches shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, and he got about 4 of those yards because of that fake on the pitch there. He did a nice job of jab stepping with his left foot and then faking all the way out with his left hand, but then tucking and going.
Mason, the fullback. Snyder, the left wing, goes in motion. Fisher's going to keep it and go right. He looks like he's got enough for the first down.
I don't think they're going to give it to him.
They say no gain, but I'm looking at the ball, and I think the nose of the ball, I think this is close enough to measure myself.
The nose of the ball is about 3 inches shy of the yard line.
Yeah.
And the yard line is what the 47 is where they need to get to. I think Mishawaka's asking for a measurement, so they're going to go ahead and honor that and do it.
Well, at the very least, it gives them time to talk about what play they're going to run, because I think they pretty much have to go for it here.
I mean, if you don't quarterback sneak it here, I mean, it's not Patrick Mahomes with a busted ankle. So
right.
I think you go ahead and quarterback sneak and get the 3 inches that you need.
They will stretch the marker out, and they are just a couple inches. We can't see exactly where it is because the official is standing in front of the football from where we're sitting.
Well, and they usually give, like, the hands apart from each other, like how far away, but I didn't even see him do that.
Yeah.
But either way, it's less than a yard for sure, and less than a foot for sure.
So Mishawaka will keep the offense on the field. 4th and inches from its own 47-yard line. The Cavemen line up to go for it. Justin Fisher will follow Ethan Sargent forward, and he has an easy first down as he takes it up to the 48-yard line at the first down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Gosh, I still got it in me. You can still play call with the best of them. First down for Mishawaka, and it wasn't even close.
First down for the Cavemen, and the clock is their enemy now because you're down by 2 touchdowns with this option offense. Mason is the fullback. The wings are Fowler and Snyder. Sure. And go to the right. He gets across the 50 and into Kingsman territory. He'll take it up to the 48-yard line.
We'll give him 4.
It's still the third quarter, but again, with
not by
this
much
option offense and down by 2 touchdowns, that's a lot.
Yeah, and the clock is ticking, and we're going to be under a minute before they snap the ball in the third quarter. So, yeah, the clock is not Mishawaka's friend right now because, as you said, all Penn's going to do is run the ball too. So they're going to be draining clock as well.
Fisher comes up behind center on 2nd down. He will keep it himself as he goes to the left. I thought for a second that the fullback, Mason, had the football. Fisher stumbled around and takes it up to the 46. He picks up just 2 yards, and it's 3rd down with under 40 seconds to play now in the third.
And they're going to have to snap the ball here because the play clock is 1 second different than the game clock. So they're not going to be able to take this all the way to the quarter to think about it. With the game the way it is, if you gain even 2 yards here, I think you go for it on 4th down.
3rd down and 4 for Mishawaka. Fisher, pitch play, goes to Donovan Snyder to the right. Snyder up to the 40-yard line, and just like Fisher a couple of times, he was 1 man away from breaking it long, but that'll be Snyder's biggest run before Ty Zahner comes up to potentially save a touchdown. It's a 1st down from Kevin Putz to the 39, and Mishawaka a chance to get 1 more playoff, but they're going to let it go to the quarter instead.
Yeah, and a nice job there by getting the ball into number 9's hands. They're going to have to do more of that in the 4th quarter if they expect to be successful here on offense.
3rd quarter powered by Kyle's Auto Repair, reminding you to have your car's oil changed every 3 months for 3,000 miles at Kyle's, Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka. 21-7. Penn leads Mishawaka as we go to the 4th quarter on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
At the football games, everyone says, "Go Irish." After the game, for authentic Italian cuisine, everyone says, "Carmella's." Enjoy the Italian experience of Carmella's at McCree's. From the bakery fresh bread and olive oil to the mozzarella sticks and minestrone, Carmella's gets you started right. Then enjoy your choice of fresh-made pastas and handmade sauces, including homemade lasagna, hand-seared tilapia, and chicken parmigiana. Carmella's at McCree's, near campus on Niles Avenue between Colfax and LaSalle. Online at McCreefamily.com, a South Bend tradition.
The cool, crisp fall mornings remind us winter is not far away. Have your car ready to perform with a trip to Kyle's Auto Repair for a complete checkup of its brakes, hoses, belts, battery, tires, alignment, and antifreeze. Routine maintenance now will help eliminate bigger problems, major inconveniences, and huge expenses later. Kyle's also recommends a cooling system flush and timely oil changes. Schedule your appointment. Call 255-6152. Kyle's Auto Repair on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, just a mile west of Capitol, where honesty and integrity still count.
1st and 10 Mishawaka from the 39-yard line on the first play of the 4th quarter, with Penn leading 21-7. Fisher to throw, fires it over the middle. There's going to be flags flying as Fisher was looking for Caleb Wilson.
I think they're going to call holding because that pass play did take Penn by surprise, and it looked like he got held up. The receiver got held up as he was trying to get through the Penn defense. They're going to call it officially pass interference, but the defender definitely got in the way.
That was actually Drew Tetzlaff he was looking for. The senior split end, 5'11", 175 pounds.
Now, if you're Mishawaka, you like the pass interference call over the holding. Either way, it's a 1st down, but you get an extra 5 yards on the interference.
And just 4 seconds gone here in the 4th quarter. Penn leading 21-7. It is 1st and 10 now from the Penn 24-yard line. Fisher under center. Mason in the backfield. Fowler goes in motion. Fisher keeps it himself and goes right up the middle. Fisher with a 1st down carry up to the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at the 11, which is actually even better.
Yeah, that was a nice run because he broke a few tackles on the way to the 11-yard line. Picks up 13 on that play.
And again, the 1st down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. Fisher with the quarterback follow and the 1st down carry. The sophomore quarterback, Justin Fisher, having a night as he turns and talks to Drew Mason about the play. Motion by Snyder. The give is to Mason, who plunges forward across the 10.
Now the quarterback had it. Fisher, yeah. He ended up getting dropped for a 3-yard loss.
I got fooled that time. No wonder Mason looked like he had such a good carry.
So now Mishawaka is in a 2nd and long opportunity from the 14-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 13, I believe.
21-7 as we head for 11 to play in the 4th quarter. Fisher's going to keep it on the quarterback follow. He will take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. Picks up 6 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7, a long 7.
So when you're calling plays here, I mean, obviously you're not looking to kick a field goal, so you need 7 yards. You've got 2 plays to do it. So that is a part of your play calling because you don't need to get all 7 here on 3rd down.
Unbalanced line to the right. Mason in the backfield. Snyder goes in motion. Toss play. Now a throwback to Fisher, and Fisher breaks the tackle. He was going to be stopped at the 15, and now he ends up falling down at the 13. That was a quick pass and not much development there as we see a trick play, but it's going to be 4th down now for Mishawaka.
Yeah, and they're going to lose 6 or so on that play. And it looked like it was another lateral, honestly, from Snyder back to Fisher. So I'm going to call that a run, and I'm going to say that was a -6 on the run.
4th down and 12 for Mishawaka. The play clock at 14 seconds. The Cavemen are going to use a timeout. It's 4th and 12 from the 13-yard line with 9:41 to play in the 4th quarter. Mishawaka with the football, down by 2 touchdowns on WSBT.
One day can make all the difference in the world to someone who is struggling to make ends meet. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard enough when things go right. But one unexpected car repair or sick child can mean the difference between eating and having enough money to buy medicine. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Your support makes a difference. Food to feed children, families, and seniors. Food to provide energy, strength, and hope. Find out more at feedindiana.org.
9:41 to play in the 4th quarter, and a big play coming up for Mishawaka. After it was 1st and 10 at the 11, they have gone backwards, and it is now 4th and 12 from the 13. Mishawaka trailing 21-7.
You've got Donovan Snyder lined up as a wide receiver here. Probably not a surprise as to what they're thinking.
Not far off the right side of the line. Ball on the left hash mark. Fisher is going to throw over the middle. He throws for Donovan Snyder. There's some contact. It was overthrown, and I think probably the right call. I think the contact came after the ball was over their head. It is incomplete, and Penn will take over at its own 13.
Yeah, anybody wearing maroon or white wanted a pass interference call there, and I think part of the problem was the ball was a little high. And you can't call pass interference if it's uncatchable, obviously, and that may very well have been the case there. It's a little bit of contact, but you just don't want a flag to, be the difference in the game. So I think a good no call there.
9:37 to go in the 4th quarter. Penn with the football, leading 21-7 from its own 12.
Penn going with the hard count there, trying to get Mishawaka to jump. They held their water. So Penn looks to the sideline for another play.
Avila will pitch it to Riffle. Riffle to the right across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Derek Dawson, part of the stop. Nick Davis there as well for Mishawaka. Davis, one of the 3 senior linebackers. And will let the clock run. There's 23 on the play clock. They can let it run all they want, leading by 2 touchdowns as we head toward 9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Well, they'll be real happy if they can take 3, 4, 5 minutes off the clock here.
Avila takes the snap, keeps it himself, goes to the left. He is wrapped up by Bo Brown. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
And even if Penn goes 3 and out here, they're able to milk some clock. They're not going to leave any time left on the play clock. That's still a win for Penn. Even if they don't get points up on the board, it's a successful drive. As discussed, it takes time for Mishawaka to score, and being down 2 touchdowns, they're going to need all the time they can get.
3rd and 7 for Penn. Favila from the shotgun, fakes it, rolls out to the left. He's going to have a lot of room in front of him, nobody converging on him. He'll have an easy 1st down and more up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, big play there, and the exact same play. That's the 3rd time they've run that on when they needed a lot of yardage, and it just puts Mishawaka in such a bad position because nobody's spying the quarterback. and the one defender has to make a decision. Do I cover the receiver, or do I come up and make a play on the quarterback? That time, they stayed back on the receiver, and Favila had plenty of time and plenty of opportunity to get the first down with his legs.
First and 10, Penn from its own 30-yard line with 7:50 remaining. They lead 21-7. Mishawaka's had the ball just twice here in the second half. Favila from the pistol. Pitch play comes to Riffle to the right side, bouncing outside. Now trying to cut back into the middle. He's wrapped up by Devon Parker, but not before picking up 5 yards. The clock continues to run. Riffle with a pair of touchdown runs tonight from 5 and from 7 yards. He has 10 touchdowns on the ground now this season, and over 1,000 yards, came in with 937. Favila has done most of the running, but Riffle has added some quality runs as well for the Kingsmen. Second down and 4 for Penn. The pitch play goes to Riffle to the left. Donovan Snyder and J.T. Thomas there to stand him up. It looks like he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down.
And not a lot of mystery here as to what Penn wants to do. They pretty much toss left, toss right, lead left, lead right.
I mean, I think now you keep it in Favila's hands and you get around the outside again.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with them giving it to Riffle because he seems to be a pretty sure-handed back, and you're not going to see anybody from Penn going out of bounds here, and they just want to run clock at this point. Points is just something, it would be a bonus.
Third and 4 Penn from its own 36-yard line. Favila from the shotgun. He will follow the running back to the left, and he gets up to the 40-yard line where it looks like he's going to have a first down. Let's see where the spot goes.
Yeah, they're kind of walking backwards here. It's going to be a
fourth. They stopped him short.
4th and 2 here, and it looks like Penn is going to kick. And I guess he did not go out of bounds, so the clock is still ticking.
Yeah, it was hard to tell in that scrum, but it looked like where the scrum ended up, he had a first down.
Absolutely.
But he stopped a couple yards short. Donovan Snyder will be the deep man for Mishawaka. The punt by Penn bounces at the Cavemen 37, and it takes a Penn roll back inside the 35-yard line. With 5:17 to play in the fourth quarter, the Mishawaka defense comes up with a stop, but the clock is not their friend right now. Down by 2 touchdowns, and Mishawaka with the football at its own 33.
And I know it's not necessarily in Mishawaka's arsenal, but you almost need a quick score here so that you have time to get the ball back.
The problem is most of their quick scores come on trick plays, and I think Penn's probably ready for that at this point.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I would say that you are absolutely correct.
First and 10, Mishawaka at its own 33. Mason the fullback. Fisher drops the ball. Looks like he picked it back up.
Yep.
He'll actually end up picking up close to 3 yards out of it. The clock runs with 5:04 and counting.
And you've got Donovan Snyder was split out as the slot back, and he's going to head back into that direction again.
It'll be slot to the right with Wilson lined up outside. Fisher rolls out to the right, passes underneath, caught by Ethan Fowler. He'll be pushed out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. And it is going to be a Mishawaka first down to the 44. And the first down brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. Now they'll flip it with the receivers out to the left side of the ball on the right hash mark. Snyder on the wing. They will give the handoff to him as he runs to the right. He'll pick up 4 yards. Second down and 5 for Mishawaka from its own 49, and now the receivers off to the right side. Fisher rollout, throws underneath. It is caught again by Fowler, who scampers out of bounds. A first down pickup. Well, now I did get ahead of myself that time.
I had him down as a gain of 6.
Yeah.
I thought he was well past the 6.
I did too. But he picks up just 4, and it's 3rd and 1.
All right.
The clock did stop because he ran out of bounds, but didn't it look like he was past the marker
Way
where
past.
he ran out of bounds?
Way past. But we're on the opposite end, so I guess maybe he went out early. I don't know.
Fisher on the rollout to the left side. Needs to tuck that ball. He finally does as he crosses the 40-yard line. He had that ball held out there, kind of to the inside where the defense could come get it. Yeah, the loaf of bread. Picks up the first down from Kevin Putz at the 39-yard line.
We got a gain of 14 on that one.
4, you mean?
Oh, that was on the other side.
That's all right.
My bad.
Fisher will take the snap and roll to the right, gets a little bit of pressure and a block. Pump fake. Now cuts it into the middle across the 35, and he'll end up at the 32-yard line.
I'm giving him 8 on that one because that was a heck of a run. And did a good job of just running through contact. Well, one thing about Justin Fisher, he does not go down the first time he gets touched.
Yeah.
And that's pretty impressive for a sophomore. He's a well-built kid, but the way he plays through contact is very impressive.
Picks up 7 at 2nd and 3. The give is to Mason. Outside Beer to the right. They have the first down. Brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. He takes it to the 28-yard line.
That's Mason's first carry of the second half.
Cavemen continue in hurry-up mode. 3:36 remaining. They trail 21-7. The clock winds after the spot of the football. Fisher under center. He'll keep it himself and run to the right. Cuts upfield across the 20. He moves the pile up close to the 18-yard line. A nice pickup once again with Penn more or less playing a little bit of a prevent with Fisher and all these rollouts.
Yeah, they're allowing him to pick up some yards, and I guess as long as they tackle him, they're happy without them getting into the end zone. And I guess that's how you can play when you have a 2-score lead.
Receivers to the left are Delk and Fowler, keeper by Fisher across the 15-yard line. He has another first down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. The clock stops with 2:55 remaining.
And the next carry for Fisher is going to be his 30th of the game. No one's going to be looking forward to the bye more than number 2.
Jarvis Delk split out, flanker to the left. In the slot, Ethan Fowler on that side. The give is to Donovan Snyder, who came off the left wing and took the handoff and went to the right. He gets inside the 10. Pickup of 7 to the 8-yard line at 2nd and 3, under 2.5 minutes now remaining with Mishawaka down 21-7. Fisher tells Mason the play as Mason gets into the 3-point stance in the backfield. Fisher keeps it himself, goes left, cuts upfield, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
And on his 30th carry of the night, Justin Fisher punches one in to bring Mishawaka to within 1 score. But, man, not a lot of time left on that clock.
Fisher's second touchdown run of the night. From 8 yards away, it is his 9th touchdown run of the season. He scored from 23 yards out the first time. It's now 21-13 with the extra point coming. The snap there, and it is bobbled, and it is going to be blocked. The snap hit the ground, and they end up blocking it. So it'll still be an 8-point game. It'll be 21-13 after the blocked extra point try. 2:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's now Penn 21, Mishawaka 13. Back with what'll probably be an onside kick after this on WSBT.
The Mishawaka Education Foundation wish list is a way for School City of Mishawaka teachers and staff to receive items that are needed to aid them in helping our students have the
best education possible. This wish list is for requests for $200 or less. It may be used as many times a year as need arises for a teacher or staff member. You can grant the entire wish or a portion of the wish. Search Mishawaka Education Foundation wish list or MishawakaSchools.com to grant a wish today.
2:14 to play in the fourth quarter after a blocked extra point. Penn leads Mishawaka 21-13. Mishawaka gets the touchdown, the second touchdown run of the night by Justin Fisher. But now we're going to look for an onside kick from the Cavemen.
There's only 10 guys on the field for Penn. Oh, here comes number 11. I was going to say, that makes it a little easier for Mishawaka.
They've got one man deep and the other 10 men standing between the 50 and their own 40. Connor George will put the ball on the tee at his own 40. George will bounce it over to the left side. Loose ball. I think Penn's got it, but
yeah.
Let's see what the officials say.
Yeah, the initial scrum was the ball because the ball ricocheted off of a Penn player, but it went right into the mitts of another Penn player before Mishawaka could even get there to jump on it. So it's going to be Penn ball on the 49-yard line with 2:12 to go. And both teams have all three timeouts, I do believe.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Mishawaka uses that. Obviously, it depends on how their defense does.
Did Mishawaka take a timeout earlier?
I think they did.
I think they did. So I think they've got two.
Avila from the pistol. It's 1st and 10 Penn from its own 49, leading by 8 points with 2:12 remaining. Avila, the quarterback, takes the snap, goes left, gets to the 50, just gets across the 50, it looks like.
Mishawaka's going to take a timeout.
They're going to use the timeout.
Answering your question early on how they're going to use their timeout.
So there they go. It's a 1-yard pickup. Mishawaka uses the timeout, stops the clock with 2:05 to play, and according to the scoreboard, that is their last timeout.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Penn leads by 8, 2:05 to play. We'll take this timeout on WSBT.
Are you ready for lunch?
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
I'm not sure. Want to taco about it? Let's not burrito around the bush. Do we really need to guacamole it over?
Jalapeno poppin' down to Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill.
Tell them it's just past division on McKinley and Mishawaka.
They cater too, don't they?
Not you worry about that. If you have an event, then they have you covered. From taco to fajita bars to all your favorite sides. Check them out at MontereyMexican.com.
Monterey Mexican Grill. You know it's what you want.
2nd and 9, Penn from its own, or from the 50. Keeper by Favilla, breaks into the open field, into Mishawaka territory, all the way to the 30. It'll be a 20-yard pickup by the Penn quarterback. Nick Favilla stops the clock momentarily with 1:57 to play, and with Mishawaka out of timeouts, all Penn has to do is kneel on it a couple times.
Yep, I was just going to say, I kind of did the math in my head, and as that clock starts ticking, they really need to kneel on it, I think, twice is what it's going to end up being, and that'll be the ball game. And, you know, give Mishawaka a lot of credit. They fought. They did not give up, even though they were down 2 scores with not a lot of time left. But I was actually surprised at how well Penn played in this game. I watched a couple of their games coming into today. I saw them live in person playing against St. Joe. And their offense just did not have a lot of continuity to it. But obviously they found something with Favilla. You know, what is
Favilla.
It? Thank you. Favilla. They found something with him, and he runs the ball very, very hard, and you get hit a 1-2 punch with him and Riffle, and they're going to be tough to stop, at least up here.
Should mention that they let the play clock get all the way down to 1 and took a timeout. Vince was talking through it, so.
Yeah, you know, waxing poetic.
Just so people listening on the radio are going, what's going on the field right now?
Nothing is going on the field.
Yeah, so they took a timeout, which is interesting, rather than just taking a knee and letting the clock run out.
Well, Penn did come into this game 4-4. They might have had, and I'm not saying them in particular, but I've been a part of this before, where you're in the huddle at the end of the game and you kind of have to tell the guys how to do a victory formation. Like, hey, I need you to line up here. This is what I need you to do, and let's go from here.
I think you're probably right, because now they've got the guys in the backfield, and Favila in the shotgun has running backs to his left and right, and they've got a deep man behind him, and there's a whistle.
And he hasn't done anything. There you go.
He finally takes I think you're right. They didn't know what they needed to do there.
And they still don't, because he's in the shotgun still, which that's not how you do the victory formation, but whatever. I mean, you still get the point across, I guess, on what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean,
he wanted to wait until it got to a point where now they just have to kneel it one more time, but still.
But they're still going to be in the shotgun to do it.
Yes, they are. And I will say that when you're not a under center team, and if you don't practice that could be pretty difficult to do just as the center and as the quarterback to go under center like that.
He took one more snap and another knee. Penn will not have to snap it again. The Kingsmen will defeat Mishawaka 21-13, and Penn will win the final backyard brawl as they celebrate coming across the field, going into the handshake line. 21-13, Penn over Mishawaka. We will be back to begin the post-game show after we take a timeout. We'll have our stats presented by RBI's Unlimited. We'll also have the Rossini's Pizza carry of the game and the Jays Crunchers crunching tackle of the game as well. 21-13, Penn over Mishawaka. We should mention before we get into the post-game show, of course, that Mishawaka has a bye next week, and they will host Elkhart Memorial 2 weeks from tonight, Friday, November 1st, in sectional play. Let's take this time out, 21-13, Penn over Mishawaka on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter, and no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and drink options and tons of flat screens tuned into sports, we've got you covered. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Dave here. Join the millions of Americans switching to a credit union. Move your money to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They report to you, the member owner, not stockholders. They're also personally involved in your community, and they provide a living wage to all employees. Plus, take them anywhere with their mobile app and access thousands of locations nationwide through their shared branching network. Join today at NotreDameFCU.com, insured by the NCUA.
Midwest Family, helping your business thrive with integrated marketing solutions. Putting you top of mind, get your sales growth in motion. With Midwest Family, your systematic solution for measurable marketing results. Midwest Family, Midwest Family.
When it comes to keeping your small business's valuable information safe, Dell Small Business Technology Advisors can recommend tailored security solutions like servers, storage, networking. Plus, right now, get up to 45% off select business computers with Intel Core processors. Running your own small business is a big challenge, but with the right partner, it's a lot easier. To speak with an advisor today, call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
This is the Mishawaka Caveman post-game show on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
21-13 as Penn defeats Mishawaka. The Cavemen suffered just their third loss of the season. Of course, it is their final game ever as a member of the Northern Indiana Conference, and the last meeting between these two rivals, Penn and Mishawaka, for at least 5 years, as we've talked about quite a bit leading up to tonight. We begin our post-game show. Justin Fisher had a big night for Mishawaka, and he is our Rossini's Pizza Carry of the Game recipient. Here is his first touchdown with 1:31 to play in the first half. Fisher will keep it himself. Go to the right, into the open field, across the 10-5, touchdown, Justin Fisher from 23 yards away.
And there's the big play that everybody was looking for from Justin Fisher. He has at least one a game.
Fisher with a 23-yard touchdown run. He would add another with 2:14 to play in the fourth quarter, and 8-yard run for the only two scores of the night. The Rossini's Pizza Carry of the Game, powered by Rossini Pizza. Carry out your proud to bring home. Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beeger School. And the Jays Crunchers crunching hit of the game goes to the junior defensive tackle, Gavin Eggendorfer. Second down and 8, Penn. Looking to the left is Fabula under pressure. Eggendorfer tracks him down and sacks him in the backfield.
Yeah, what a nice job by Eggendorfer, too, coming around the backside on the of the quarterback, and he felt the pressure, but not soon enough, and Eggendorfer was able to track him down.
The crunching tackle of the game, powered by Jay's Crunchers Potato Chips. Add some real crunch to your next tailgate party. Pick up a bag of Jay's Crunchers Potato Chips. So with that out of the way, it is time for our post-game statistics. They're powered by RBI's Unlimited. Help your child's statistics improve next season, whether it's baseball or softball, with hitting lessons and workouts at RBI's Unlimited, West 6th Street in Mishawaka. Vince, do us the honors.
So Justin Fisher obviously ended the game as the leading rusher for Mishawaka. He had 30 carries for 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was 2 of 4 through the air for 12 yards, both of those going to Fowler, who was had 1 carry for 6 yards, 2 catches for 12. Donovan Snyder, 8 carries for a total of 30 yards tonight. 6 carries in the second half for 26 yards overall. Mason had 4 carries for 13 yards. He only had 1 carry in the second half. And that actually rounds out your offensive stats for Mishawaka. It was kind of the Justin Fisher show there for most of the game.
It's a career-high 30 carries for him tonight.
It's the first time in the games that I've done that I had to go to my second column of I only had 25 carries. So he ends up with 30 carries on the night. And then on the defensive side, it looks like J.T. Thomas kind of led the team in tackles tonight. I believe he had about 7. Parker had that interception for 12 yards. He also picked up a couple of tackles. And Donovan Snyder did a good job tonight. I believe he had 5 tackles on the night. So, again, it was the Justin Fisher show offensively. Probably would have liked to see Donovan Snyder get a little bit more involved. And too bad for Mishawaka. Their final NIC matchup, their final backyard brawl for the foreseeable future goes to the Penn Kingsmen.
The Cavemen will drop to 6-3 overall. They'll be 3-2 in their final season in the NIC North. Penn improves to 5-4, 4-1 in the NIC North. And as I mentioned, the sectional draw came out last Sunday. Mishawaka has a bye next week. They'll host Elkhart Memorial in the sectional semifinals on November 1st. The other side of the bracket has Elkhart Central playing Adams a week from tonight, and then the winner of that game plays Concord in the other sectional semifinal November 1st. And do you remember off the top of your head if Mishawaka beats Memorial, whether who wins if they host or travel the next week?
I do not remember, unfortunately. I could look it up while you're talking.
That's okay. Well, they've got to get through Memorial.
Yes,
first,
they do.
So that's all that matters.
That is absolutely correct. And they'll have, obviously the bye week to think about it and to kind of get ready for Memorial. And, it's always nice to have that bye week at the beginning of the playoffs because it allows you to get back some injuries and it just allows you to do a lot of things. And so that's really nice to have that bye. I never had a chance to experience that as a coach, and I always wanted to. And so, good for them to be able
to
get out,
watch some other games and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Take it easy and do what you want to do. So, again, 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be Mishawaka hosting Elkhart Memorial, and that game will actually be, from a WSBT standpoint, an internet stream only, because there is also Notre Dame men's basketball that night, an exhibition game that we'll have 2 weeks from tonight. But you'll be able to watch and hear the game on the Mishawaka Network with the crew, Matt Rendell and his students and workers at the Mishawaka Network. We'll have the YouTube video stream. So we'll have that, and you'll get to read all the sponsors all night. You'll have a lot of fun with that.
Well, I've learned from the best, and I'm really looking forward. If anybody listens to the Game Day show on Saturday mornings, they know
That's true.
I am a primo promo reader, let me tell you.
All right. So, again, the final 21-13. Nick Favila with a touchdown, and Kyle Riffle with 2 touchdowns for Penn. Justin Fisher with touchdown runs of 23 and 8 yards. Touchdowns number 8 and 9 for the sophomore quarterback for the Cavemen. So, again, it's 2 weeks from tonight. Sectional play begins. Mishawaka went to the state semifinals in Class 4A last year. How far will they get in Class 5A when sectionals begin for them 2 weeks from tonight? 21-13. It is Penn over Mishawaka. For Vince D'Addario, Matt Embry in the studio. I'm Sean Stiers. Matt will have the U.S. Signcrafters scoreboard show coming up next as the post-game show continues on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Check Phone XP is gaming radio for gamers.